I'm out here in front of this beautiful mountain range. Talk to you a little bit about traditional bow hunting, traditional archery, and getting older. As I've gotten older, I've just noticed that my shoulders aren't like they used to, as strong as they used to be. They get sore when I shoot, and so trying to protect my shoulders. I thought I'd make a video on this subject as you get older, or if you do have weak shoulders or something, or have injured your shoulder. I broke my collarbone several years ago, and that has caused some issues with this shoulder. So I wanted to show kind of what I've learned, and maybe this will help somebody else. Of course, anytime you change something up, or I don't want to give anybody medical advice because I'm not a doctor. So, but I thought I'd just show what I'm doing, and possibly might be helpful for other people. Okay, first of all, bow weight. I've had to drop down in bow weight. This bow is now about 36 pounds at my draw length. Of course, depending on where you're hunting, it might not be a legal bow weight. There might be some minimum draw weights. Here in California, I can hunt with this bow, so I've dropped it way down to just 36 pounds at my draw length. I have a longer draw length. I have a 30-inch draw length. So that's like a big thing. Make sure that you're not overbowing yourself, or you could end up injuring your shoulder. Secondly, I've changed my form a little bit in the way that I shoot. I've noticed, for me, I used to shoot with my index finger in the corner of my mouth like this. I noticed that pinches my shoulder a little bit. So just for me, I don't know if this is the same for anybody else, but I've noticed that if I twist my hand so that it's horizontal instead of vertical, it doesn't impinge on my shoulder. So this is kind of an interesting thing. I'll step here so you can see a little bit closer. I'm shooting with a what I call a NOMAR, a non-mechanical archery release. It's basically just an eye bolt that I put on my middle finger, and I cut it off and smooth it out. So the idea is I'll put it on underneath the arrow, just like that, if you can see that, and then I'll wrap my finger around it, so these two fingers are drawing it back. And I'll shoot this in a little bit and show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'll do that. It'll be right underneath the arrow, and then when I release, I just release this finger, and this flips out of the way. It kind of slides around on this finger so that it's out of the way, and gets a release. That way my hand is like this instead of like this. So another thing that I've discovered with this is, besides just getting my hand turned sideways, I've also found that if I can bring my hand down instead of up here, if I can bring it down to under my chin, the way that a lot of Olympic archers shoot, and the way that I've seen a lot of pictures of the old archers, a lot of times they would come way underneath their chin like this, and what that does is it brings my shoulder down a little bit. It I think aligns my arm a little bit better as it's coming back, and it keeps this shoulder from getting impinged. So so now I'm shooting that way. Now what that does too, what I found is I don't really have a very solid anchor here. It's solid with this bone up against this chin bone, but I don't have a draw length very well with that method. So what I've done is I put a kisser button on my string. This is what a lot of compound shooters use. So this kisser button will allow me to get back and feel that button come back into the corner of my mouth where I'm used to feeling my finger come back, and I can kind of get the same kind of feel, same draw length as I'm used to, and So that's been helpful. So I've added this kisser button. I'll show you guys how that works with the non-mechanical archery release. I've got a target set up about a little over 20 yards away here, and so let me show you what I'm doing. So if you can see that, maybe I'll step in here a little closer. You can see that I've got an extra serving below the string because this kind of wears on the serving a little bit. So I hook that on just under the arrow like that, and then wrap my index finger around it. So I just use the one finger stall on this glove, wrap my finger around it, and then we'll see if we can do a shot here. So with all of those things, it's been helpful for me to be able to keep shooting. Doesn't hurt my shoulders as much. I'm able to shoot more arrows, get enough practice so that I feel confident hunting. And yeah, once I got the hang of it, it's pretty smooth to just hook that on there and then draw back and shoot. All right, hopefully this helps somebody else. Okay, the reason why I'm up here on this ridge is this is where I'm planning on hunting next week. That's the Trinity Alps wilderness, huge wilderness. I'll be in the middle of that next week. Hopefully I can get on an animal and get something down. Thanks for watching, guys.